You've polished your resume, maybe even crafted a stellar cover letter. You hit apply on countless jobs and then crickets, no interviews. And if you're wondering, why am I not getting interviews? Trust me, you're not alone, because it's incredibly frustrating. Planning an interview isn't just about having the experience. There might also be some subtle or not so subtle things going wrong that are sending your application straight to the no pile. And today, we are going to fix it. First up, are you even aiming at the right target? Because many job seekers fall into one of the two traps. Trap 1, you're constantly applying for roles you're underqualified. We have to aim high, but if a job requires a specific certification or a decade of experience you don't have, your application might be filtered out before a human eye sees it. Remember the 60-20-20 rule. So you should be comfortable with 60% of the requirements, willing to learn 20% quickly, and have 20% for new growth. And if you're way below that 60%, it might be time to upskill or adjust your focus. Trap 2, you're overqualified. If you meet every single requirement, employers might worry that you'll get bored or demand a higher salary than they can offer. So if this is you, consider subtly adjusting your resume to focus on skills relevant to the role rather than years of experience, or address it smartly in a cover letter. Now let's talk about your resume. Recruiters spend literally seconds scanning it. Yes, I mean just seconds. So if it's not grabbing attention, or worse, if it's full of common mistakes, it's game over. And another huge culprit is the applicant tracking system, or the so-called ATS. Now these are automated systems that scan your resume for keywords, skills, and qualifications. So if your resume isn't ATS friendly, it might never reach a pair of human eyes. So you can think of it like a digital bouncer. So how do we fix it? Number 1, tailor resume for every single application. I know it sounds like more work, but sending a generic resume is like sending a love letter addressed to whom it may concern. So emphasize skills and experiences that directly match the job description. Now, here's a pro tip that you can consider. Don't keyword stuff. I mean, don't just copy paste, rather integrate keywords naturally, because both robots and humans can spot fakes. Be clear and results driven. You ought to avoid tiny fonts, walls of text, and inconsistent formatting. So try to use clean layouts, clear headings, and action verbs with quantifiable results. So instead of mentioning responsible for customer support, you can say resolve 50 plus customer queries daily, which improved satisfaction by 20%, because the numbers speak volumes. And then do proofread, because a single typo screams lack of attention to detail. So read it aloud, use spell check, and have a friend check it, because a fresh pair of eyes can catch all those sneaky errors. Next up, the often debated cover letter. Some say they are irrelevant. I say, why not stand out with a stellar one? Because I strongly believe that a strong cover letter can be your secret weapon, especially if you're changing industries or roles, explaining employment gaps, or simply passionate about a company and want to show it. Now, a generic cover letter that says that I'm a hard worker does zero favor for you. Your cover letter should always complement your resume by adding context and personality, because it's where you tell your compelling story. And here's another catch. Companies want to know why you're interested in them specifically. So talk about their mission, their values, their culture. Show them that you've done your homework and that this isn't just another application from your mass mailing. Alright, sometimes despite doing everything right, you're still not getting interviews. And guess what? It's not always you. There could also be some external factors at play. So first thing is internal candidates. Sometimes a job is posted, but they already have someone in mind internally. So it's just a formality. And second, company changes. Also, the budget shift, priorities change, and hiring freezes happen mid-process, and the job you applied for today might be completely different next week. And for popular roles, you're up against hundreds of applicants, which means your application needs to stand out immediately. And then there's also unconscious bias, which still exists. So factors like age, employment gaps, or even where you live can subtly influence decisions. And finally, ghost jobs. Companies sometimes post jobs without no real intention of filling them. So it's just perhaps to build a talent pipeline or to make the company look like it's growing or even to put pressure on existing employees. So don't let rejection define your worth, because many factors are beyond our control. But what is in your control is how you approach the process. So what can you do? I say don't lose hope. So first thing is you got a network. So go out there, connect with people in your industry, especially employees at companies you admire. So ask them for informational interviews and let people know what kind of opportunity you're seeking for. Because always remember, it's not what you know, but who you know. And second, upskill wherever needed. If you keep seeing the same skill or certification pop up in job descriptions that you lack, invest in yourself. So you can take an online course, attend a workshop, or even work on a personal project. Because staying ahead means that you're constantly learning. Especially with AI skills are becoming increasingly crucial. And third, track your applications. You can create a simple spreadsheet, record where you applied the role, the date, and the outcome. Because it will help you identify patterns like, are you getting more response from a certain industry? Are you constantly failing at one stage? Because this data is priceless. Alright, I know job searching is tough, no doubt about it, but remember that persistence pays off. Because rejections aren't a reflection of your value, they're just part of the journey. So by refining your approach, being strategic, and leveraging your network, you will boost your chances and land that dream interview. So what's the biggest challenge you have faced in your job search? Share your thoughts and questions in the comments below. Let's help each other out.